All right, I'll be there. That's all right. That's perfectly fine. Cool. So don't interrupt your process. Okay, good. But he has a system of right now because he's being detained on the question. So I'm allowed to speak the conversation. Right, but basically he needs to do his job, and then and I'll participate in the conversation. If you want, I am on. You have the right. You have the right to bear arms. I'm just saying. Yeah, let's just walk over here.
The enemy's at hand.
The one right here, right? Right here? Hey, you guys leave? It's going to be Nevada. 141. Say again, please. Nevada. Okay. 141. 141. 1. Looks like 01. 141. 101. 141. 101.
Of course not. Tie. The bow tie got arrested.
My name is Stephen Stubbs. I'm an attorney in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm proud to be an attorney. I'm proud to be in a profession that sticks up for people and helps people and defends their constitutional rights. That's an honor, and it's a privilege. And the only reason that I can do that today is because someone took out their camera and gave me video that exonerated me from false charges. See, I'm an attorney that sues cops. And a lot of people say I'm anti-cop. I'm not anti-cop. I'm anti-bad cop. I'm anti the kind of cop that lies and puts in a level of corruption that makes the American people distrust all cops. See, those bad cops, those are the cops that we need out. Those are the ones that we need out of this system so they can't hurt anybody else. November 14, 2013, I was arrested by Sergeant Yesenia Yatoni. I'm an attorney. I was with my clients, the Bikers for Christ. They're Christian ministers on bikes. When they were detained for something simple, but police like to hold them and like to detain them and like to pump them for information in the motorcycle community. So they liked me there, and they emphatically wanted me as their attorney present while they were being questioned. And everything was great. Until Yesenia Yatomi, a sergeant with Criminal Intelligence Unit of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, showed up with all of her people in tactical gear and said, "Stubbs, get out of here." I said, "No, he's exercised his Fifth Amendment right to counsel. I'm his attorney, I'm here." She's like, "Stubbs, get out of here. We're going to question him without you." And I refused. And it was that simple. I refused. And then she arrested me.
Okay. All right, I'll be there. That's all right. That's perfectly fine. Cool.
Yes, I'm not going to, you have to go step over there, stuff.
I don't.
You've been wonderful not to obstruct. You can be his counsel, you can answer the basic questions. You can answer them or not answer them. You have to stand over there. No, it's not right there.
And I thought, this is going to be easy. You know, the truth is that he exercised his Fifth Amendment right to counsel, and I refused. The law's on my side. Everything's going to be great. The problem is that Yesenia Yatomi lied in her report. She lied in her report to make it look like I was obstructing. She specifically put things in that report that were not true, some of which she wasn't even there when it happened. But she, under penalty of perjury, wrote up that report and made me look like a criminal. And the kind of criminal that the Nevada State Bar would have kicked out and pulled my bar license. I am so grateful that someone pulled out their video camera and recorded that. Because I went to trial, the prosecution put on their case, the video was shown, and Judge Goodman didn't even make me put on a defense. The prosecution put on his side and says, "This is ridiculous. You're not guilty. You don't even have to put on a defense." Sergeant Yatomi was proven a liar because of video, and only because of that video can I still be an attorney today. Now, you might think, hey, this is an isolated incident. Nope. Just the cases I have prove that this isn't an isolated incident. And you have to think, what about the cases that don't have a video? That's a very, very good question. Are there people that are convicted under the word of a police officer because they didn't have video to show the truth? I have a client who was in a bar and who was told to exit the bar, and he was doing so at the back of the line, and there were people in front of him, and he was told to go faster and faster and faster, and he's just like, how can I go faster? People are in front of me. When Officer Kolkowski and Glowinski grabbed him from the back and beat the shit out of him. One of them brought out a nightstick and just started hitting him and hitting him, and they brought him to the ground. And a bunch of officers were around them, and they picked him up and they shoved his face into a concrete wall. And they charged him and arrested him with obstruction. The only reason he was found not guilty, we had video. Officer Kolkowski and Officer Glowinski lied on their report to cover up the fact that they were beating the shit out of this guy. And he got arrested. He had no criminal record. And but for the video, he would have had a criminal record. And he would have had a much different life. Another client, he's with a bunch of friends. They're in Las Vegas. They're singing loud. Officers come over and tell them to be quiet. So they pipe down a little bit. One of the members of their group is drunk, and challenges the officers to the fight. The officers laugh it off. They're walking away when the crowd starts needling the officers and saying, "Oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to let that happen?" And the officers lost their cool. And the officers brought out their batons, extracted them, and went after him Hunger Games style.
Okay, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing.
Even after they extracted the guy that challenged the fight, they were still throwing people around. And they were mad because one of them was videotaping things, and my client was trying to be a peacemaker with his palms up, flat-footed, going, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." Bam, he got tased. He was tased, and he was brought to the ground, and there was nothing that he did that would have warranted him being tased. But because Officer Garmendia tased him, Officer Garmendia had to cover his tracks, Officer Garmendia lied in his sworn affidavit and arrested my client and said he did things that he didn't do.